In this clip, I'll be talking to you about the father's share. So the father of the deceased, let me just highlight him. Here's the deceased, X, here's the father. His share is based upon the existence and absence of the children or the grandchildren. So let me just rub out all the irrelevant people with regards to the father. So these don't really matter, okay, when it comes to the father's share. So let me just quickly get them out. So now the father will receive, he has three types of shares. One of them is a sixth. He receives 1/6 if a son or a grandson exist. So son here or grandson, okay, over here. If these two exist, so let me just highlight them slightly, here and here. If these two exist, then the father will receive 1/6. So whether it's one of them or more, as long as the son or the grandson exist, then the father will only receive 1/6. Even if there are daughters involved, this doesn't really affect the distribution. Okay, now let's just draw that out, how that works. So let's say this is the wealth of the deceased. Split it up into 6 shares. The father receives 1/6, and the rest will be distributed to the other heirs. Now the daughter's share, the father's share when it comes to the daughter. So if a daughter or a granddaughter, if a daughter or granddaughter, now granddaughter is actually the daughter of the son. Okay, it's important, daughter of the son. So if the daughter exists or the granddaughter exists and no, just move that back up, and no male children exist, and only female, so either daughter exists or granddaughter, then the father will receive 1/6 plus the remainder. 1/6 plus the remainder. So basically 1/6 means like 1/6 of the share, and the remainder, what the remainder means is that after distribution is done and everyone's given their shares, if any amount of the wealth remains, then he will receive that. He gets the rest of what's left. So that's the second. So now the daughters, whether there's one or more, again doesn't really matter, but the males must not exist, because if the males exist, then it's the first scenario. Okay, what, 1/6. Okay, that's that. And the third is if there are no children or grandchildren involved at all. So no children or no grandchildren, then the father gets R, the remainder. So whatever's remaining, the rest, he'll get that. Whether it's a small amount, whether it's a large amount, that doesn't matter, but he won't have a fixed share if there are no kids involved. Now one of the things you're probably thinking is, how do we work out the calculations? How do we do 1/6 of the wealth? How do we work out the 1/6 on the rest, or the rest? Now these I'll be doing separately on coming clips, and we'll work out exactly how the shares are distributed.